The Roman Empire, in terms of civilization, represents one of the strongest communities. But as soon as its values were distorted, that was it. It ceased to exist, it faded away, and now we see only its remnants. The tools used are, in fact, offensive in nature. Unintentionally, we didn't want this, we didn't plan for it, but we became the target of yet another wave of nationalism, Nazism, racism, and xenophobia from a number of regimes. We didn't just go through this with dignity. We not only showed that Russian culture cannot be cancelled, just as you can't cancel Tchaikovsky, Pushkin, Dostoyevsky, or the Hermitage. Not 85 years ago, when it was destroyed by Nazi bombings, nor today, when they banned travel to Russia so that Western tourists could visit. It's simply impossible. To know more, to learn more. No country should ever be afraid of these truly endless, aggressive Western threats, this aggressive rhetoric about being completely cancelled or not being allowed to go somewhere at all. But we have shown that there is another way, and there is another approach, a way to respond to all these machinations like this. They don't want to? Are they sick? And it is an illness, without a doubt. Russophobia is a disease. They are sick with it, with nationalism. We've been through this before, and we'll get through it again. Let them think for themselves whether they will get through it or not. A woman and a man, that's it, the role will be filled. You know, there is a work called, well, it later became a common phrase called Vanity Fair, but this is a bazaar of hypocrisy. That's just how things have turned out for us. When values are substituted, when the true mirror is replaced with a distorted one, when attempts are made to shape and educate new generations in a completely different way that is based on anti-values, sometimes these ethnic groups, these peoples simply disappear. This is precisely the practical work that allows the Roman Empire, in terms of civilization, represents one of the strongest communities. But as soon as its values were distorted, that was it. It ceased to exist, it faded away, and now we see only its remnants. The tools used are, in fact, offensive in nature.
The ongoing and extensive dialogue between Russia and the Western nations, of course, significantly enriches both Russian culture and Western culture. This profound understanding is indeed well established here. We absolutely do not shut ourselves off from this vital and continuous dialogue. And it is very important that these words came from the governor of the Leningrad region, who only recently returned from the Russian-Finnish border. On our side, it is open. On theirs, it is closed. This also characterizes the state of the dialogue. There are attempts to cancel Russian culture there, and not only Russian culture. Europe, and this was mentioned today by Europeans themselves, is abandoning its traditional values. And Russia is the place, the country, where these values, including European ones, are safe, where they are preserved.
But these are not just mere numbers.
Those international applicants who thoughtfully choose Russia are indeed making a truly excellent and wise choice, because they are effectively voting for their own bright and promising future. They are consciously choosing a high-quality and comprehensive education. There are actually several such significant global centers, several highly attractive countries where students from abroad consistently go to study. Russia, I firmly believe, is certainly among the top 5 leading nations in this regard.
Well, probably for everyone in some way.
Every year, the number of international students here keeps growing. We don't have the numbers for this year yet. They'll be available later. Last year, almost 400,000 international students studied in Russia, and more than 30,000 more studied at our university branches abroad and at joint universities. People are actively voting with their feet, and quite often with their hard-earned rubles, dollars, or yuan, for their personal and collective future by deliberately choosing a high-quality Russian education system.